Hello, my friends. We are ready for math and we are doing something super exciting today. So I hope you're ready. Today's lesson is for Thursday, April 30th, 2020. And instead of having my clock, I actually have my board all ready to go. And we are going to talk about AM and or PM. Can you say AM, like the letters AM, or PM? Good. So, what AM and PM refer to is that when we have a 12-hour clock, it goes around two times in a 24-hour day because 12 plus 12 equals 24. And we need to know when it says 1:30, are they talking about 1:30 a.m. or 1:30 p.m.? Because that either means in like the middle of the night when you're sleeping or after lunchtime. And that's really important to know. So I went ahead and I drew a little, not really a diagram, but kind of just like a line indicating all of the hours in the day. So let me explain to you what my chart means. Oh, I can see a shadow, so I don't want you to see that, okay? Hold on. All right, let's try this. All right, so AM and PM. I did AM in blue and PM in purple, and I have my black marker here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over what I drew, and then we're kind of going to talk about what you would be doing if it was that certain time. So I started here because the start of a new day is 12 o'clock AM. So this AM, I should tell you, sorry. Let's go back. AM and PM stand for something, but it's in a different language. It's in Latin. And I don't know if anyone knows Latin, but AM stands for, I believe it's ante meridiem or ante meridiem, and PM stands for post meridiem. And what that means is, in English, it means before midday, and PM is post or after midday. And you guys should know that our midday is 12 o'clock noon. And that 12 o'clock noon is PM because it is midday. So we're going to go through that. Don't even worry. Okay? So here is the board, and hopefully you can see everything. Good. So AM means, I believe it's ante meridiem, and it means before midday, and PM means post meridiem, and it means after midday. So starting here is when our new day begins. Now, our new day begins at 12 o'clock AM, which we also call, I should write this down, I'm sorry, friends, midnight. Now, what I want to ask you is, friends, what's something you are doing at midnight? Well, if I'm just talking about myself, I know that I'm always sleeping at midnight. So our day, even though it doesn't seem like we're getting up and we're not saying, oh, today's a new day today, it's already technically started at midnight. Okay? So midnight at 12 o'clock a.m. is the start of our new day. Okay, so I put new day here, 12 o'clock a.m., and then midnight. So we split up a.m. and p.m. equally into two halves, actually. And there are 12 hours on this side and 12 hours on this side because together they equal 24 hours, which equals one day. So after 12 o'clock a.m., you know the clock keeps going and going, but after 12 is 1 o'clock a.m., then it goes 2 o'clock a.m., 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then on the 12th hour, it switches to 12 o'clock p.m., which is what we would call either midday or noon. So if someone says, meet me at the park at noon, you know it's 12 o'clock, which is midday. So it's 12 o'clock p.m. Okay? So let's just go over some basics on how our day looks. And I'm going to use myself as an example because obviously I'm the only one here. So I know, excuse me, that the sun usually comes up around 6 or 7 in the morning. So it's coming up. So I'm going to put 6 or 7, the sun comes up, which means some of us are waking up. I know that at 9 o'clock, we start school. Let me see if I can write this. I'm going to write school. 9 o'clock a.m. I'm sorry, I should start saying a.m. and p.m. Let me go back. The sun comes out at 6 or 7 o'clock a.m. Okay? Then it stays out and we start school at 9 o'clock a.m. Now, we have lunch at school at, I'm going to make a new line, 12:30 we have our lunch. And this is 12:30 p.m. because it's after midday. It's after noon. Okay? So our AM is our blue, our purple is our AM is our blue, our PM is our purple, and this is before midday, and this is after midday, and midday or noon is at 12 o'clock p.m. So we have lunch at 12:30 p.m. Good. I know we end school at 3:30 p.m. We end school. I know I eat dinner at 7 o'clock p.m. every night. There's my dinner. And then I know that the sun usually goes down. The sun is going down and the moon, oh boy, Ms. Palmer is not the best artist, but I'm going to try. Oh, sorry, friends. No, it's not working. But anyway, when the sun goes down, the stars come out. And you are sleeping. I know that my bedtime is at 9 o'clock p.m. because that's post midday bedtime. So I will be sleeping at 9 o'clock. And I'm putting all these Z's for sleep. Okay? So what's happening before we wake up for school and when the sun's coming up? Well, all of this time, we are sleeping. Because I go to sleep at 9 o'clock at night, and I sleep from 10, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I get up around 6. And then it keeps on repeating. So these lines right here does not mean that it stops, or because it does keep repeating. Because remember, our clock is a cycle that never stops, right? And it just keeps repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating, right? So, friends, let me ask you a question. Oops. PM. Good. What do you think you would be doing at 3 o'clock a.m.? What do you think you would be doing? I'm going to give you a hint. The stars are up. It's very dark out. And it is way before school and way before the sun comes up. You would be sleeping. Good. So you would be sleeping at 3 o'clock a.m. What do you think you would be doing? Let's come closer. What do you think you would be doing at 2 o'clock p.m.? This is in between lunch and the end of school. What do we usually do at 2 o'clock p.m.? Well, we usually are doing math and we're at school. So it's not time to go home. We still have an hour and a half left until we go home, but that's usually our math time. So 2 o'clock p.m. we'd be doing math. What do you think you would be doing at 11 o'clock p.m.? Good, you would be sleeping. What do you think you would be doing at 8 o'clock a.m. in the morning? So this is 1 hour before school. What do you think you would be doing? Well, I know that at 8 o'clock, I have some time before school, so I'm usually eating breakfast. Or maybe I'm working out or going for a run or just getting ready for my day. What do you think you would be doing at 5 o'clock p.m.? Let me bring you closer. 5 o'clock p.m. This is in between end of school and dinner. What are you usually doing at 5? Well, I would guess that some of you are doing your homework or maybe you're playing with some of your siblings. Okay? All right, so friends, so on Seesaw today, I'm going to put a list of activities and I want to see if you can tell me if you were doing an activity, if you were doing an activity, would it be AM or PM? So, for example, would you be sleeping at 11 o'clock a.m.? Would you be sleeping at 11 o'clock a.m. or would you be sleeping at 11 o'clock p.m.? Well, at 11 o'clock a.m. you would be at school, so 11 o'clock p.m. you would be sleeping. All right, friends? I hope this was a good lesson. I hope you're enjoying it. Go ahead to Seesaw. Good luck.